standing on the roof of the house where I live because I wanted to show you this. This is where we're going to go detecting today, right up there on that hill. And the reason that we're doing that is because up there is an old pathway, a King's Highway or a main highway. Spanish it's a Camino Real, which literally translated is Royal Way. Found this cross up there, and also these coins from the early 1900s, and I found this, part of a silver coin. We're gonna hike up there today and see what we can find. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Memo. Welcome to my channel, where you'll find me finding things with this, my trusty metal detector. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press that notification bell. Enjoy! Getting Cat interested in the detecting equipment so that he's ready when he's old enough to go out with us. Got the whole gang with us today. Family, children's home, kids and friends as well. We're going to head into the hills. I'm going to be detecting, see what I can find. They'll probably be doing other stuff. We're gonna have a good day. Probably hard to believe that at one time this was the main road north from Guadalajara, or one of the main roads north. Now it's just a dirt rock track, but it would have had a lot of trade on it before. A lot of movement, people, things, horses, carriages, all kinds of stuff. Once the highway was put in for vehicles, the motorway or the freeway, it went round San Marcos quite a ways, and all this fell into disrepair. Nobody used it anymore, and so it's now all overgrown, and it's basically just a track that winds its way up through the hill. But it's had a lot of traffic on it over the years. Here we are at the top of the hill. Let me show you this view. Amazing. Amazing view. Time to detect. I'm here with a friend today called Cito. His bro is detector too. And between the two of us, we're going to see what we can find. Let's get going. Got a jumping signal down here, but it does have some high in it. I think that's worth digging, so let's give it a dig, see what we've got here. See if we can get anything with the pinpointer before we dig. Yes, right there. Getting a signal right there. Okay, let's see what that is. If we can clear some of this grass away. think it's out. I just need to find it. Okay, that one got the better of me. I've been searching for 10-15 minutes with a pinpointer, and I keep getting the signal, but I cannot find it. It must be something just absolutely minute, maybe like the head of a nail or something, and I cannot find it. So I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm standing right in front of an old stone house that's right on top of the hill. Don't know if you can see there some of the stones that have been left from it. It was just a one-room house where an old guy lived, and his job was to keep watch for who was coming and going over the hill with goods, like a security guard, I guess, during the time of the Haciendas. So as people came up and over here through this gate, which would have been wider before, he would be checking who they were, what their business was, where they were going, where they were coming from. And he would have been deciding if they were able to pass or not. Because we're talking now about the early 1900s. There's probably people before him that also lived here and kept vigil. Of course, those were turbulent times. The Mexican Revolution happened in the early 1900s. Then later on, I think it was 1926 was the Cristeros War. So there's a lot going on in that time, a lot of insecurity. Here's a better look at some of the stones that were part of the house. Where standing now would be actually inside the house. And then on this side of it was a stone wall. So I came down the hill a ways. The old house is back up that way. And I've got a signal, it's a 21. I think it's going to be a coin. First coin of the day, let's take a look. Mira, aquí está. Ooh, it's an old one. Look at that. See if we've got anything on that. It looks pretty smooth to me. Let's have a look. This is going to be one to investigate this. There's some letters on it. Best we can tell, it looks like it's part of a Spanish word that would be ayuntamiento, which refers to the city council. But other than that, we can't tell. On the other side, there's nothing that we can see at the moment. We're going to have to investigate that because that is really old. It's a really old coin. There's something there too at the top. I don't know if you can make that out. Have to get into the books and see if we can find out what that is. That's a good find. Great find. Let's keep going. In an old creek bed. I think I'm going to walk up here and see if we find anything. This is to one side of where that stone house is. Be interesting to see if we find anything here. It's the right kind of terrain. Oh, that's a good signal there. Investigate that in a minute. We'll see if we can get up there the rest of the way. See what I find. Not exactly sure how much of that you can see on the video. But the signal is down here somewhere. It's fairly deep too, so it could be something good. It's got buried in all this dirt. Always worth checking. Still deeper, not getting any signal yet on the pinpointer. Give that a check with the big detector. Yeah, it's still there and it's better signal now. 30s. Okay, let's keep going. Something down there. Have a signal. Getting a signal down here. Let's see what that is. I think that's going to be it. Let's keep digging and find out what it is. Oh, I was not expecting that. Look at that. It looks like the end of a bayonet.
Eso como cuchillo.
Pero que va al arma, mira. Look, that goes on the end of a rifle, a musket. That's a bayonet, a small bayonet. Wow. Look at that, that's a bayonet end. I don't know if that would be a Revolutionary War, like early 1900s, or maybe earlier still. Cristero War, 1926, I think that was. That is a unique piece of history, Mexican history right there. Wow. Let's keep going, see what else we can find. Okay, I'm going to keep going then in the river. In the riverbed, in the creek bed. See if we can find anything else. Stuff here is pretty deep and it's very clayey, the dirt. Cito says he's not coming down here. He just stood on a snake. So he's scared to come down here. Maybe I should get out too. Oh, let's be careful. Down quite a ways, but I've got a signal just right in there. It's giving me a signal on the pinpointer. I'm going to keep going and see what we've got there. Oh, would you believe it? Same exact signal. First one's a bayonet end, or bayonet. Second one's a tin can. And it was way down there. But we got it out. Found out what it was. So we don't have to go home wondering now. Let's keep going. Well, you win some, you lose some. Let's keep going. Watch out for the snakes. Oh, another really good signal. 30-31. Let's check that out. Another deep one too. See what we got. Got the signal with a pinpointer. Basically right on top of it. Try and get as much of this in as I can. You can see what's going on at least. Oh, looks like I might have another can. You can see something shiny. What's that? Yeah, another can lid this time. Well, I don't suppose they can all be bayonet ends. Let's keep going. It's getting a bit spooky. Keep our eyes out for bugs and stuff. Up and out the other side. Hey, we're back. Another surprise signal. I didn't even bother videoing it. I'm sure it was just going to be a piece of garbage, but we got a coin. It's a tiny thing. Look at that. Oh, I think that's going to be a 1 cent monogram. Let me give it a clean and let's see what we got. Oh my goodness, look at that. It is in immaculate condition. 1906, both sides, look at that. Amazing. It's over 100 years old, been sitting in the ground, and it looks like it's new. Got that really nice copper patina on it, the green there. Amazing. Wow. Wow, let's see what else we can find. Another signal right next to that coin. Let's see what that is. I hope you can see that. Hopefully it's in the camera. It's not very deep. I think I just saw a coin. Yes, I did. It's another coin. Another 1 cent. Wow. Right next to it. Really good condition again too. Take a close look at that one. Early 1900s coin spill. It's the exact same year. 1906. Great condition too. Old seal on the back. Maybe there's more here. I better take a look. Another signal right next to it. Exact same signal. Sito's going to be wondering where I am. We were heading up the hill to detect up there, but I got waylaid here with these coins. But we can't let these pass, so let's have a dig. Another one. 1906, exactly the same date. And this is in better condition than the other two. Amazing. See if there's any more. Looks like we got them all. 3 of them. Excellent. Let's keep going. Sito's collecting musket balls. He's got a handful of them. Look at that. Amazing.
5.
5 of them. 5 musket balls. Aquí?
Sí.
Aquí.
Aquí están los hoyitos.
All just round here. Different holes.
Creo que hay más.
He thinks there's more. I've got a signal over here too. See what this is.
Yeah.
16 on the equinox. That's a good number. Maybe a musket ball like what Sito's finding. Have a look. Around here. I think it's out. I think it's around here somewhere. Yep, it's a musket ball. Another one. Lead musket ball. Maybe it goes with that bayonet that I found. Thought I would show you this. This is an old tomb. Somebody is buried here. See if you can get a close up of what that plaque says. Well, it's time to head back down the hill again. Finished for the day. And I might do a little bit of detecting on the way down. Other than that, we're done and I'll catch you in the roundup. We're back at home and it's time for the roundup. And what a day we have had. Not very many finds, but some amazing finds. Let's start off down here. We found 6 musket balls, lead musket balls. Up here we have a couple of lead bullets, and I think this is like a copper rivet. Then on the top here there's 3 1906 1-cent coins. All 3 of those coins with the same date were minted during the presidency of Porfirio Diaz. Porfirio Diaz was the president of Mexico twice. The first time was 1876 to 1880. The second time, which is when these coins were minted, was 1884 to 1911. So that was during Porfirio Diaz's presidency. Porfirio Diaz was responsible for expanding the railroad connections in Mexico. He was also big on foreign investments in Mexico and the introduction of the capitalist system into the Mexican economy. Then we have this coin here, which is actually a very rare coin as far as I can tell. This is a municipal coin. So it was minted by the municipality. These are very difficult coins to find. Unfortunately, it doesn't have much detail on it. But I'm going to keep investigating that and see what else I can find. Then in the middle there we have this bayonet piece or tip that I'm presuming would have gone in a musket rifle. And this bayonet is what's called a plug bayonet, because it has a plug on the end, rather than a socket bayonet, which goes around the outside of the barrel. This was a very popular design with the Spanish. I don't know if this is that old or if it's something that the Mexican military also adopted. It's not very long, but it would have been part of their weaponry for defense, for fighting up close. So we really did find some interesting things today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.